Welcome to another episode of Wall Watch, where we see how women respond to hitting a wall. Now, there is no shade, at least coming from me, because we all get older. But the biggest question is, are you handling this with grace or are you bitter? Now, today I have a video clip for you guys today where there's a woman who's doing a breakdown of her dating pool, or what the dating pool looks like for a woman over the age of 40. Now, before we get into this, I need you guys to do me a huge favor. Comment your thoughts under this video. Now I'll go ahead and introduce myself and then we'll get right into this. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel, so here we go.
So if you're dating over 40 and someone asks you, why are you still single? Show them this. I'm going to break down the dating pool for you. We have all the men. We need to take away the ones that are married, aren't age appropriate because we are over 40.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Age appropriate? We'll get into that. But let me say this. Younger women have always dated older men. Now, I bet you everything that this woman, when she was younger, she dated older men. We'll talk about that later.
Ones that are gay, ones that are broke.
Sorry, I had to stop her again. That should be way bigger. In fact, that should be damn near the whole pile. 90% of the population is broke. Come on. She's older. She should know this by now.
The ones that are emotionally unavailable. The ones that still have drama with their ex.
Okay, now I tried to let this go, but emotionally available means she wants to control your emotions. That's what that means. So if you're not available for her to control your emotions, then
we're going to take away the ones that are perpetual bachelors. Okay? Then we have the ones that don't know what they want. The ones that love bomb you. And then, all right, so this is what we have. So we want someone who's attractive. 5'10", so I need someone over 5'8". So a few people who decide they still want to smoke cigarettes, they have to meet the people who don't want any more children. And this is what I'm left with. However, we need to take this then. They're not all in my area. We need to then spread these people around the world. This is what we're dealing with. Any questions?
I do. I have a couple questions for you. First, what did you learn? Do you realize that it's time to settle? Are you willing to settle for what's actually there? Are you a little more realistic about yourself? Are you going to let some of your standards, or at least all of your standards, go? Are you ready for a pet, or are you going to keep hope alive? Now, I know you all guessed it. I know you all are thinking the same thing I'm thinking, and that is she is going to keep hope alive. Now, I'm all for keeping hope alive because that's what keeps you alive and striving for whatever it is that you actually want. But I can tell you, she does not look like she's happy. But we all know she definitely had her chances. Let me tell you guys this, because this is Wall Watch. I usually bring up the fact that when a woman is over the age of 30, she's definitely going to start having gray hairs. This woman's hair is black. That means it's dyed. Next is the hair starts to thin, right? Meaning it's nowhere near as full as it used to be when she was in her 20s. She looks like she has a full head of black hair, which means she's already deceiving you. Now, let me say this. I am all for women who want to present themselves in the best way possible. I'm all for that because I want you to look as good as you possibly can, because it shows me that you at least care about yourself. Women like this have already pivoted to having a pet. Now, when I see a woman who has a pet, it automatically makes me think, okay, she's preparing herself to be alone, because maybe she realizes it or maybe she doesn't, but it means that she needs a sense of control that no man is willing to give her. This is why she spoke of the bachelors, or the unavailable, the emotionally unavailable men. Now, when it comes to emotions, that is a woman's playground. Women, you do not want a man that is emotional, because a man that is emotional is not thinking rational. He's not thinking logically. Now, if you can get a man that you can control, oh my gosh, what are you going to get him to do? What are you going to control him to do for you? What is it that's going to happen? Why do you need this man to be emotionally available? In fact, you don't need him to be emotionally available, because the majority of women are looking for an ambitious and rich man, or wealthy man, or rich and wealthy. Now, with both of those things, that means his time is going to be dedicated to other things. So what I'm saying is, she's more than likely not going to settle for what she said, but I will disagree with her, right? Her piles should have been different. In fact, her pile of granola should have been obliterated when she talked about a man being tall and people being broke. 90% of the population is broke. Okay. Now, of course, there's different levels to broke, and some people can really manage their money well to where they don't seem like they're broke. But I'm here to tell you that there are very few people that are making over 100,000 per year. Yet a lot of women think that a lot of men are making that amount. Now, this is being said because there are 3 billion more women on the planet than there are men. 3 billion. So what she's having to do is cope with the fact that she's going to be one of those 3 billion women who are not going to get a man. I'm saying this because her standards and her expectations seem to be very unrealistic. Now, I'm saying this because when I talk to older men, and when I say older men, I mean 40, 50, 60. These men do not want to date women their age. Why? Because those women are usually stuck in their ways, hard to get along with. Now, I'm not saying that there are no men who don't want to do it, but if you listen to this woman's breakdown, if you listen to her expectations, there's going to be 2 or 3, maybe even 4 things that he's going to check off this list that this woman has. For instance, I know men who don't smoke cigarettes, right, that are over the age of 40, but those guys are not looking to have more children, or they're not looking to have children with an older woman. Why? Because of high risk pregnancy. Right? Things happen during pregnancy, and not all women are able to make it through pregnancy. For instance, I was dating a nurse, and this nurse begged. She was begging me for a child. Now, to be fair, she wasn't just begging me for a child. She actually wanted to have a child because her being a RN, she understood the concept of the geriatric pregnancy, and she was terrified of it, so much so to where she was begging everyone for a child. I bring that up because I remember her asking me one of those like questions I can tell she got from social media, where she was like, well, you know, if me and the kids were in the car, who would you save? And she was like, well, I hope you would save me because I can always have more children. And I was looking at her like, but you don't have any children right now, and you're begging me for children, where you're begging everyone for children. Now, when I say begging, she also let me know that she already bought the sperm. She already was prepared to go and be a single mom from a man that she knew nothing about. All she cared about was the sperm because she wanted children. So then I was like, well, damn, why would she tell me that she could always have more children if she's scared of geriatric pregnancy? Now, when we're talking about a woman being realistic, now let's make sure she understands men care about what you look like. Okay. Your accolades, your achievements, your goals in life, your ambitions, that's all great, but that's for you. What a man is looking for is a beautiful mate. Why? Because he can be aroused by a woman that's beautiful. I get it. There are men out there who say, oh, well, if all you care about is how a woman looks, then you need to grow up. And I'm like, well, if that were true, why are you single? Now, I'm not here to go at anybody because you live your life. I'm going to live my life. I'm here to give you guys clarity and help you build up your confidence. The reason I'm even talking about this situation is because she brought up the fact that men are bachelors. Now, why are men bachelors, or why do guys not want to get in relationships? Well, it's things that happen to them in their past. When you get burned, right? When you get burned by a woman, or when you realize and see how women are moving, is going to change your perception on how things are going. So then you have to ask yourself, well, what phase of life am I in? Am I building? Am I creating? And am I figuring things out? Or am I in my retirement phase, right? Am I looking to build a life? Now, if you're looking to build a life, then you have to find a wife. Now, it is extremely hard to find a wife because the majority of women are accessible. Now, based on what this woman said, the pool is small. This is why I said, well, the whole pile should have been gone when she brought up finances and height, because I believe like there's only like 12% of men in the world who are over the height of, who are 6 foot or taller, right? It's either 14 or 18%. What I'm saying is that is not a high percentage. That is not a stat that goes in their favor. Next is being broke. 90% of the population is broke, which means everyone is broke. Now, 10% plus 14. Listen, she doesn't have high chances based on her own standards. This is why I'm talking about her standards. Now, here's the funny thing. Men have standards as well. So for the men that she actually wants, disregarding her competition, men have standards as well. Does she fit those standards? Because she would be shocked and surprised to see that she doesn't meet a man's standards either. Well, let me say it this way. She doesn't meet the standards of the guys that she's interested in, because if she did, she wouldn't still be dating or single. Now, fellas, it's important for you to get your life together, because women get their options up front and men get our options later on in life. Now, the reason why is because you're more than likely going to have a lot more money, a lot more resources. More important, the most important thing that you're going to have as you get older is experience and wisdom. Those two things you're going to have. So those two things will actually help you and make you more attractive if used properly. Now, I'm going to tell you, stronger mind, stronger body, stronger finances, because you're always going to need money to do something. I haven't seen too many places or done too many things that were actually free. Yes, you can go outside, run, jog, walk. But when you're dealing with an older woman, she wants to go places just like the young woman wants to go places. So, fellas, all I'm saying is get your money together, because you're going to want to do things and she's going to want to do things. Things cost money. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Next thing, and this is probably just as important as building up your mind or making your mind stronger, is your body. Exercise, work out, right? Be active, go and do things so you maintain flexibility. Because if you're interested in intimacy, it's better, or I would say it's better for you to at least be physically strong. Next is your mind. Read and meditate. Now, again, speaking to her in the bachelor statement that she made, plus the unavailable, the emotionally unavailable, right? And I just did a video on a woman who said that women are not emotionally intelligent. So why would she want a man that's emotionally available? Well, we talked about that already, but this is the reason why I'm telling you to adapt to dating, because you have to figure out what type of woman you want in your life, or what type of women you want in your life. Again, me as men, we are outnumbered by 3 billion, right? 3 billion. I bring that up because a lot of us end up with the one-itis. A lot of us ended up becoming bachelors because we thought we could have that woman. We could own that woman. And we found out we cannot. How do we find out?
The ideal number of men to have in your rotation. No such thing as ideal number. The absolute wrong number would be 1.
Because that woman is involved in situationships, friends with benefits, being somebody's vacay bae, or ending up in flings across the world. So when you hear women saying that they're traveling and that they are spending a lot of time with their girls and they're going on girls' nights out, you better
emotions. Whatever he's feeling, I'm not cheating. I'm not doing anything that's like foul or wrong.
You better believe she is in her happiness over everything phase. So with all of that being said, I have a question for you guys. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that this video is done, do me a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then share this video with anybody that you think this would help. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.